In this installment, we explore one of the most powerful and misread figures in ancient mythology, Medusa, a woman whose face could turn you to stone, a monster to some, a protector to others, and a mirror myth if there ever was one. Medusa's story is not just about monstrosity, it's about reflection, fear, and the unbearable power of the gaze. In contrast to Narcissus, who was consumed by illusion, Medusa is feared because she reveals too much, so much in fact, that to look at her is to die. Her myth, at its core, is about the dangers of confronting unfiltered truth. And the only way to survive her power was through a mirror. Not to meet her eyes directly, but to view her reflection. That premise alone tells you this is more than myth. It is esoteric instruction. The mirror isn't used to see, it's used to survive. And that opens a different conversation about what mirror work is really for. To understand what Medusa teaches us about the mirror, we have to start from the beginning, because the story has layers. Most people know the version made famous in Roman and Greek mythology, Medusa, a gorgon with snakes for hair, whose gaze turned men to stone. She was hunted by Perseus, who ultimately slays her by looking at her only through the reflection in his polished shield. But earlier versions, especially in pre-Hellenic and mythopoetic traditions, tell a deeper story. In one of the oldest accounts, Medusa wasn't always a monster. She was a beautiful mortal woman, some say a priestess in the temple of Athena. She was devoted, sacred, and by some accounts, a virgin priestess. But then comes a pivotal moment. Medusa is raped by Poseidon in Athena's temple. Instead of punishing the aggressor, Athena punishes Medusa, transforming her hair into snakes and cursing her with a face so terrifying that it petrifies anyone who dares look. This is not just myth. It is allegory for how feminine power, especially wounded power, has been distorted, demonized, and turned into something to be feared. Medusa becomes the embodiment of rage that has no voice, of truth that no one wants to see, and of pain so raw that to witness it directly is unbearable. What does it mean that looking at her turns you to stone? It means that some truths paralyze. Some traumas are too large for the uninitiated mind to process. Some aspects of reality cannot be confronted head-on without consequence. And so, when Perseus is sent to slay her, he is warned. Do not look directly. Use a mirror. This is the sacred instruction at the heart of this myth. When facing power, trauma, or truth that exceeds your emotional bandwidth, the mirror becomes an interface of safety. Perseus doesn't use the mirror to reflect his own image. He uses it to witness what is otherwise unbearable. He navigates danger by way of reflection. And this makes the mirror not an instrument of vanity, but of boundary. Not a trap, but a tool.